Okay, back. And hopefully this works this time. For some reason, my camera is not cooperating, but it's okay. Let me go ahead and actually see something real quick. Alright guys, what's going on? I'm back. I had to restart the stream a couple times because for some reason my camera like randomly shut off, so I don't know why. I had to like reboot OBS like 3 different times. Anyways, we're now commencing the live stream after all that craziness, which I'm not sure why it did that. I'm actually checking something on my end to make sure everything's still going to be good. I've not had that issue yet with this camera, but again, it was a really cheap camera that this company sent me, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. My fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, man. All right. Looks good on this. It looks good on here, so I think we're good. I'm just going to hope for the best. Hey, Craig, what's going on? Happy Easter. Yeah, you guys too, man. Happy Easter to all you guys. You sent me a link to something on Instagram? Cool, man. You got a haircut also? That's good. You know, I'm not as active on Instagram as I like to be, so I don't see my messages right away. I'm more active on Facebook. I'm on there like every day. But Instagram, I try to log in, but it's just so much, I don't know. I just don't upload as much on there. But I'll definitely hop on and check the messages. I need to be more attentive to that, so. Let's see here. We're good still. Silly. Almost sounds like the guitar's screaming in like pain or something, right? It almost sounds like you shouldn't be doing that to the guitar. I bent it out of tune a little. So you get for bending those strings like that, I guess. There we go. All right. When did you get the Dean back? Oh, this isn't really my Dean. It's my wife's Dean. So I got this for her like a long while back, and it's been sitting for a bit. I keep telling her, you gotta play this thing. It's just sitting in the corner, literally by the bed, on a case, and she hasn't touched it in a little bit. So I thought I'd wipe it down and clean it up and, you know, do some work on it. I was kind of bored when I got home, so I was like, clean up the guitar. Clean up this guitar for her, and then clean up the bass a bit, and you know, so I figured I'd jam on it just a little bit. What is this? It's a Dean. You can only play Dimebag on that. If I can remember any Dimebag riffs, man, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I love Pantera. I just don't remember half their riffs anymore. Which is like. I can't remember the rest of that song, but it has a cool little interlude, I don't remember. It's a cool little riff thingy, though. Let's see. You got a funny story to tell me. You sent it on Facebook. Awesome, man. Look forward to that. I'll definitely check it out in a little bit. I love funny stories, man. Funny stories are always the best. I'm trying to think of any other like Oh, you know what? Cemetery Gates harmonics might sound good on this. A little... Oh. I don't know which way you'd like to do that one. Alright, sorry, I get a little carried away just playing random crap. Let's see here. See ya. Alright, 2 yards. Thanks for coming by. Let's see. Pantera sounds natural on a Dean. Yeah, I agree with you, Craig. It does. It fits pretty well. Dean's just a good instrument, or instrument company all around. I don't know. I've never seen a bad Dean. I never played on a bad Dean. Dean was one of my first guitars, like electric guitars, that I was able to purchase. So I've always had a fond experience with Deans. I used to have a really cool Megadeth one. It was like the Angel of Death series. It was like, the big flying V-look with the crazy graphic art and all that. I had that one too, which is pretty cool. But eventually it got messed up at a gig and it got knocked over and the whole thing just kind of like snapped the wrong way and it sucked. Word of advice for people that are out there playing gigs: really watch your stuff, man, and make sure nobody goes around it. The littlest things can make the biggest impact, especially with guitars. And oh man, like you'd be surprised. Even if it falls like a small amount, you could totally just ruin your whole instrument if you're not, a luthier. It really sucks. Let's see here. Who is my biggest inspiration? That's a tough one, man. I love a lot of different types of music, but for guitar, I'd say, I love Dimebag for sure. Love Vinnie Moore. Vinnie Moore's a huge inspiration. Greg Howe. Jason Becker. I guess everybody likes Jason Becker, though. That's kind of probably an easy one. Eric Johnson, Andy Timmons, those guys. Tony McAlpine, right? All the Shrapnel era stuff I loved, or still love, but, I'm not, what's the word? I'm not, like, hugely into it nowadays. Mainly because I listen to the records of all those guys, like, a bajillion times. And I still like listening to them, but sometimes I get, like, kind of burnt out because I've heard them so many times. I'm like, not this song. Skip. But anyways, yeah, I like all music, though. Hey, what's going on at Bang Faith? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is hard to swallow, Craig. It's a real bummer, man. But it happens, stuff breaks, and unfortunately, until we can make guitars that don't break, we're going to have to worry about, accidents happening, which kind of sucks. But oh well, it works, man. You were going to say when you tuned in, you heard a lot of Eric Johnson in my thing. Oh, well, thanks, dude. Appreciate that. I'm not 50% there. Like, I think I'm under 50% at Eric Johnson's level. I think he can outplay me any day. But if I can sound a little bit like him, even like just 10%, I'm thrilled. So thanks for that. Let's see if I can get some cool... Sloppy noodling. Haven't really played much today, but that's all right. Some days are like that. Oh, oh yeah. No, it's all right, man. Time sets differences and stuff, they get mixed up pretty easily. I have a lot of different people I talk with and do lessons with online. I have like people in the UK and people in different states and just random countries. So I always get my time differences messed up really bad. Even one of the people that I consider a teacher that helps me out currently, he lives in Israel. So like getting our schedules right, I screw up on that and I have to apologize. I'm like, dude, I'm totally sorry. I had the times wrong or whatever. So understandable, man. Like I said, I've been there. Hey Mitch, how's it going, dude? And hey JC Guitars, how's it going? Not a new guitar, no. This is my wife's guitar. She's had this for a while. I bought this for her like back in I think I bought this for her back in 2017 or 18? Might be 2017. My memory sucks, but it was one of those years. She doesn't really play. It just kind of sits in the corner, so I thought I'd give it a good TLC session today. Kind of rubbed it down and, cleaned it up and all that good stuff. So, I'm going to plug it in, make sure everything's working, and jam on it a bit. I'm going to pull up my telly here in a little bit and get on that guy, but figured I'd jam on this for a little bit so it doesn't feel neglected. Let me scroll down here. Is that a Rusty Cooley Dean? No. This is just a random one. I think when I got this for her, it's called like a Dean Fuchsia or something, custom Fuchsia or some weird term. I don't remember. It's one of the ones they had like 4 or 5 different colors of. They're like trans something and blue. Anyways, this is one of the ones that we had around, so I was like, yeah, I'll just go with that. How does it play? Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm going to need to set it up, I think, because it's been sitting around for so many years without being touched that it just feels like it needs a setup. I just kind of cleaned it up today, and, I didn't really mess with any of this stuff. So I might take a screwdriver and just lower this down like a hair, but it plays all right. I like Deans. I think they sound pretty decent, I'm not used to playing on it, so like the strings are spaced apart a little more than I'm used to. So I have to remember my picking has to go a little further than I'm used to doing, because I like to do very minimal movement because I was playing on closer string gaps. So these are further apart just slightly, it feels like, so I'm not used to that difference. Like I have to pick a little bit further. So I'm kind of missing some of the strings. Also, I'm sloppy today because I didn't warm up. But anyways. You see, I got a fade haircut. Yeah, I finally caved in and got a haircut, man. I don't like spending money on haircuts or really spending money at all. I'm like, yeah, I just don't like spending money. But it was getting out of hand, and my wife and everybody was just like, your hair's looking a little messy, man. You need to go get it cut. And I was putting it off for a long time because I really don't like California prices for haircuts. I mean, some of them are reasonable, but a lot of them are like $35, $45 just for like a basic haircut. Like I'm not even talking barbers. I'm talking just regular places. So I had to do a lot of searching, and I found someone that was like, yeah, we'll do it for like 21. I was like, 21? Okay. I think I could live with that, I guess. It's a lot better than 35, but anyways. Yeah. Let's see here. Economy picking. Economy picking is pretty cool, man. I love economy picking. You've not yet paid to get my haircut in 21 years. You just started cutting your own. Yeah, you're better off, man. You really are. I mean, if you can cut your own hair, save yourself the money. It ain't worth it. California prices for anything is too high. Yeah, I agree, Mitch. Everything in California kind of sucks. Yeah, it's funny. And I live in a part of California where it's like, I'm not in SoCal. Like, Richard's in SoCal. I'm more in NorCal. So, or Central. Like, in between North California and Central. And so, like, we're kind of like a wannabe town, more like a farming community type thing. Where it's mainly like, a lot of orchards, a lot of acres of, almond trees. Or they call them almonds over here, right? But they have all that junk and a few little cities in between where it's just like, kind of a city, not really. You know, there's no 2-story buildings or anything. So it's definitely like the more, I guess you say the backwards part of California or backside of California, because we're not in the beach location with all that. But even here, where I'm living in this community, it's expensive. Like, you know, and granted, it's a lot cheaper than like SoCal. Where SoCal, it's like ridiculous amount of money just for like a studio, like $2,000 and all that, which I would die. I can't afford that there. But you know, over here it's pricey enough. So grateful, not grateful. I don't know. It's a love-hate thing. Let's see here. You got your haircut once a week. Okay, that's awesome, man. Oh, wow, you get that all for that price? Dude, that's crazy. A beard trim also? That's a pretty good deal, man, compared to California. Oh, man, you can't beat that. Pretty safe crime-wise? Not really. We're kind of like more ghetto, this part of California. So we have, they kind of nickname it like Meth Valley, because we have like Modesto and Sacramento, Stockton, like Oakland. All these areas are kind of all in the same circle, like in a couple hours range. So we have a lot of meth use and a lot of like just random convicts busting, which I have nothing against people that are convicts. Let me just say that I have friends that are convicts and everything. I made, you know, friends with people of all types. But I'm talking more like the people that are released, just randomly bust into the city and they're just causing problems. We have a lot of that here. So I mean, we have a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of auto theft, random stabbing, shootings, that kind of thing. Just basic things. Can't walk around and do anything most of the time. That's why if you ever see me film outside, I only film in certain areas because I can't film anywhere else. It's just like everybody flips out, so I just can't take my camera anywhere. It just sucks. But yeah, that's why I film only in certain locations that I know are like generally safe. It just wouldn't fly anywhere else, unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. 25 plus $5 tip. That's really good. Let me look here. You're definitely not spending $120 a month. Yeah. Well, you know, hair's a good thing to manage for sure. And if I had, you know, a better financial situation, I think I'd invest in that myself a bit more. But for now, I'm a poor fellow, so I try to just keep my hair to the minimum when I can. Oh. Yeah, some of them were reformed. A lot of them weren't at the time. They were just kind of like, this is back when I was homeless, you know, so I made a lot of friends with random people that were in and out of prison. You know, they'd disappear for a couple of years and come back out, and you're like, oh, hey, how's it going? So I'd say yes and no, reformed to a degree, but not really, because they're still in the same loop of the methamphetamine and all that. But they meant well. Some of the people meant well. Not all of them. Let me say that also, because, and that's a whole different tangent. I don't mean to ramble on. I'm probably supposed to ramble about music, but since we're on the topic, you know, there's a misconception that like people that are, like, if you mention jail or prison, for a lot of people, they automatically assume like, oh, that guy's a scumbag. Like he's up to no good. And most of the time, it's not like that. It's like 50-50. 50% of the people you'll meet are usually pretty cool, and it's usually the ones that did a lot of time in like hardcore penitentiaries. I noticed, like this one guy did a long time in Pelican Bay, and he was like the nicest guy, super chill, always super friendly, and like just always respectful. Never had a problem with the guy. You know, and even later in life, like he invited me over to his house when he had a house for enchiladas and stuff. Which, you know, I'm not very social, but it was cool. But, you know, then there's other people, total opposite, just like, there's no respect. It's just like rob you, home invading. Like, I met people like that too, and they're honest about it, and they think it's cool. And it's like, you know, I try to be polite, but really inside you're thinking, man, you're crazy. Like, you know. Anyways, the whole point of that is, as you know, I've seen both sides, and that's why I said some of them were friends. And of course, a lot of people I knew back then are dead now. It's just kind of a bummer, but I mean, you can't live that lifestyle forever, especially if you're doing all that dope on the street and stuff. It's too harsh. I mean, just the odds are stacked against you. So anyway, sorry, I'm getting kind of rambling here, but Let me go back. Girls' haircut is way more expensive. Oh, yeah. That is true. Girls got it a lot rougher than men in that. Well, in a lot of things, actually. Not just for haircuts, but for a lot of things. I think women have it a lot worse off than guys do. So I will say that. Let's see. I had it hard and didn't steal and hurt people. Yeah, it was all right. But at the same time, I wasn't. I never did any time or anything like that. I don't think I would like to be in that situation. As much as it seems, like I know some people would probably brag and be like, oh yeah, I would go to jail or whatever, but I don't see the appeal in saying that, and I would not want to go to jail because I don't want to get beat up by a bunch of people. I think, I'm all right on that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't associate with like anyone really in general, but like I said, a lot of those people are dead now or moved on to better things. One of my friends that I've chatted with once in a while, he's changed a lot, and he even had a nickname for him, which I'm not going to say here in case anybody's watching and recognizes people, but it was similar to like Chaos. I'm not going to say that was his name, but that was similar. And anyways, the guy had a really crazy life, home invading, just all kinds of terrible stuff. And he ended up flipping his whole life around, and he got a place, and he has like a job at Amazon or something for the last 5 years. And I was like, dang. And the cool thing was when I saw him, because I haven't seen him in a long time, he was like, Lester, he's like, when I see you going to work every day and you're out there and stuff and you're doing all this, like it motivated me because, I thought I could do that. I could do the same thing. And I was like, really? I motivated you? I'm like, dude, I live like on the bottom barrel, but I'm glad I could motivate you. That's not really what I was going for, but I mean, that's cool too. If it helps somebody else out, I guess. Hey, what's up, Richard? Yeah, we were talking about haircuts, and then I kind of went on a random tangent because we were talking about crime, and then we talked about convicts and reformed convicts. Anyways, I get ADD, so when you guys mention different topics, I'm going to get like loose. So I'm just going to say that now because I have a hard time keeping centered on one thing. This is why I have a hard time with videos sometimes because I have to like really force myself to make one video instead of getting caught up in different video ideas. And then I'm like, what the hell was I going to film? Anyways. Pro law enforcement. Yeah, same here, man. I have nothing against law enforcement. Is there a specific chord progression you've been working on lately? Yeah, for sure, man. Haircuts are a crime. Yeah, I kind of feel that way sometimes. I feel like haircuts can be a bit of a crime. But yeah, I've been working on some certain chord progressions. So there's a lot of different ones. It just depends what it is. Like you could do, like sometimes messing around with just basic 3-chord ones because I don't want to make it too complicated. Alright, maybe right, that kind of thing. I'll try to mess around with stuff like that lately. But I try to keep it simple because I know if I overcomplicate chord progressions, that not only does it take me longer to make leads, but then it also just ends up being like not unlistenable, but it's not as interesting. I feel like the most interesting songs and the most like catchy, like this, the most. If you ever look at any hit song, really in general, and this is a fact, it's usually going to be very minimal. It's not going to be super complicated, right? It's never going to be some Dream Theater song. It's going to be something like Mariah Carey or Katy Perry or something. It's like 3 chords and a bass line. And so I try to keep that in mind so I don't overcomplicate my music. Because I could sit there and be like... Which, I do get a little carried away sometimes, but I try not to. But yeah, I just think of like simple chord progressions. Like, okay. Sorry, ADD. That's when you're trying to play a chord progression and you just like lose track of what you're doing and start shredding. That's something I have to fix and not do that. Anyways, what do we got here? Get the gallop going. Yeah, get that metal gallop going, man. Hell yeah, Mitch. We're going down here. You want to cut it? You miss having long hair? Yeah. I miss having long hair too, man. Lester, have you ever played a 7-string guitar? Yes, I have, Richard. As a matter of fact, I have. I have... Well, I have a friend that has 7 and 8 strings, and I got to mess on them a couple times, but I'm not good at them. I'll say that. I played on them, and I know how they work with tunings and chords. I'm not good at... Because you're like me, you're used to playing on 6 strings your whole life, so when you get to the 7 string, it feels kind of weird having it there. It's like, I don't know, it's just a little weird. But one day I'll make the transition and start playing more on 7 strings so I can be more modern, but for now I'm not brave enough, I don't think. Let me go down, sorry. Lester, you have course 1 and 2. What caged system course do you recommend? From Lester Courses. Oh, I don't have any cage system ones. That's interesting concept. I might look into making something like that. I don't really use the cage system like intentionally. It's something like I know people that do teach caged and they follow the cage system, but I never like studied it or anything intentionally. It was something I did, I guess, on accident. Some people were like, "Oh, you're doing like cage stuff," and I was like, "I guess so," but I was never like, "Oh yeah, this is caged." Until a few people that I taught were from the cage system like background, and so when I was working with them, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're already doing cage. This is what cage is. This is what I came from, is the cage stuff." And I was like, "It is," because I use a lot of bar chords and bass shapes off that, but my shapes are a little different, and so I do things that are a little different than the cage system in that way. Because cage system, they usually have you do like, I think, 5 shapes, if I remember correctly, and they usually have the shapes more like 2 and 3 note string patterns mixed vertically ascending, where I do more 3 note per string on like that. And the reason I choose 3 note per string instead of the cage is because for me, I don't feel like 2 note per string patterns work that well for shredding or like certain things. Also, in the 3 note per string system, there's 7 shapes that connect, and I feel like that gives you a wider fretboard radius than having just 5. Now, having said that, I'm not downing the cage system because I think it has a lot of good things too, and I think that everything you learn on guitar can be useful in the right setting. So, take that consideration. I think there's hit and miss things with both systems, and it's good to learn both if you can. But from my courses, I don't have anything cage related right now. And I'm sorry for the long answer. I just want to make sure I was clear on what I'm trying to say. Let me go back down here. My brain couldn't handle it. Yeah, it's super awkward, man. It's really weird. So, I mean, I don't blame you. Is there a specific guitar you really want brand model? Not really. I'm not too picky of a guy, man. I like all guitars. I'm pretty open. It's like kind of like pizza, right? I like all pizza, man. I'm not against anything. Recorded my 7-string video this week. Oh, killer, man. That's gonna be sick to see, by the way. The Ball Shredder's 7-string review video. I'm looking forward to it, man. I wonder if you're gonna be genting on that thing. Want you to make me a 7-string telly. Yeah, Cody, I'm down. You want to make a 7-string telly? Go for it, man. Yep, that's Craig. Yep, you're right about that. You're one of the people I think that asked me about the cage system as well. Yep. Some of that 3 note per string pattern camp, like Richard and Guitar Max, for sure, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, I like modes. I'll teach modes if people are interested, but it's definitely not an end-all, be-all. So, and you got a good point, Mitch. Some people will teach only certain stuff because they, agree with it or don't. I don't teach cage mainly because I don't feel like I'm comfortable with it yet. Like, I don't feel like I understand the whole cage mindset, so like I don't feel like I have an authority to talk about it as much with people. So, if there's people out there that like ask me specific things, I just push them off to somebody else because I don't want to mislead anyone, right? That's like the last thing I want to do. A lot of guitar players do that, unfortunately, and I met quite a few that kind of just pretend like they know what they're doing with stuff. And I have to clean up the results of that. Somebody does, because then you get students coming in confused and they're like, wait, this person told me this, and you're telling me something else. And, they gave me the scale pattern. They called it a crunchy taco scale, and you're telling me it's something else? But yeah, it happens, man. Let me look here. Richard, guys, hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate that, Richard. And if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, if you're not already, that means a lot to me. If you want to like the video and share it with your buddies, that's cool too. Heck yeah. You like the 3-note per string system as well, Mitch? That's good to hear, man. Welcome to the camp. Am I familiar with Sinister Gates? Yeah, I love Sinister Gates, man. The guy's a great guitar player. Heck, I remember when Avenged Sevenfold first came out, like on the radio officially, like more mainstream. And I heard the backcountry solo and that song in general. Dude, that was so cool. And I remember I wanted to play it so bad, but I just couldn't because when that song came out, I just sucked at guitar. I could barely play like AC/DC riffs, so I was like, man, I remember looking at the tab and like so confused. But yeah, that's a cool one. Try this. Oh, it's that note. That's it. I think it's something like that. I don't remember anymore. What was it though? Oh. That weird little bendy thing they do. I remember when I heard that part, I was like, that's so cool. And then the little, what was it? Or something. No. That's what it was. That little thing in the wall. I remember the harmony part on that. I haven't heard that song in so many years, but I used to love that solo. I can't play it anymore, but it was so cool. Anyway, sorry. Yes, it is a burrito. Your private instructor teaches both? Oh, that's awesome, man. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Lester, hardtail or Floyd Rose? Definitely a hardtail. I'm not a big fan of Floyd Rose anymore. Nope, not into that. Used to have a Floyd Rose. Is the Michelangelo Gauntlet 4 guitar, and I love that thing to death, but I did not love all the drama with the Floyd Rose bridge, and eventually the whammy broke off, and then the piece fell in. It was just a big pain in the butt. Granted, it was a cheaper built Floyd, so that's probably why, but I still didn't like the hassle. Let's see. You're in slow motion with everything I play. Oh, man, ridiculous. I'm sure you could speed it up and get there, man. Just work that metronome every day and do those boring exercises we talked about. That's the secret, man. That's the secret sauce. 3-note per string is great for shredding and soloing. Yes, sir, you got it. Fixed bridge, but also love a Floyd Rose. Hey, man, if you can handle both in the maintenance, for sure. I mean, they're great guitars. I must like Malmsteen. Oh, yeah. Malmsteen's great, man. What song called? No. that what it was? No, I wasn't right. It was the wrong key. I don't remember what key that was, but the little... Something like that. I can't remember anymore. That was a cool one too. And the little sweepy thing they do. Sloppy sweep picking. I'm not used to these strings. Like I said, there's more string distance on this guitar. So I have to pick a little further than I'm used to. It sounds good enough, whatever. Sloppy. Alright, sorry, let me see here. More is more. Yes, Craig, I agree. More is more. You're doing those exercises, but it's not helping with speed. Oh man, are you working the metronome with that, Mitch? Beyond the Sun. Yep, you got it, Cody. Yep, exactly, Dorothea. You got to work on those constant metronome exercises for sure. That makes sense, man. That makes sense. Heck yeah. Good old Yngwie, man, or Yngwie. I always say his name wrong. People always tell me and they correct me. How do you pronounce it? Yngwie? Is it Yngwie with the ing, or is it Yngwie? I don't know. I'm always terrible with names. I suck at name stuff. I'm not even kidding. And Mitch says yes. Okay, so a few things that could be happening. When you're practicing, Mitch, and you're doing your metronome stuff, right? Make sure that you're like picking is consistent, and you're always doing down, up for the first part, right? So down, up, 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 down, up. Right, and try to keep everything like the same dynamic volume. So don't like accent anything like, right? You don't want to do that. And just keep everything nice and smooth. And the big thing is to do multiple repetitions. So like let's say you have it like 80 beats per minute. Make sure you do like 5 to 10 repetitions. Just up and down, nice and smooth, perfect tempo. Right, just keep that same. And then when you get that solid, do triplets at that same speed, right? Right? And so just keeping that in mind, then go to 16th notes, right? Right, same thing. Make sure everything's nice and consistent and smooth with that too. So definitely do that. Let me go back on here. Sorry. Twinkle toes. Mainly going from one string to the next string. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's tricky, man. Just make sure to take your time with the pick, you know. So inside, outside picking. Make sure you practice both and just go slow with the movement. Pick slanting. You know, watch the wrist. Economy of motion, and don't tense your hand up when you're picking. A lot of guys like to tense up, and I had that problem when I was younger too. The string distance will mess you up when you go back to the telly. Yeah, my luck. I'll get used to one thing and go to the next thing, and it's a mess, man. It's like an endless musical chair dance. Lester, have you had your heart set on a guitar if money wasn't an option growing up or now? Not really, man. I love all guitars. I think all of them are pretty cool. Ibanez, Schecters, Deans, they're all good. I never had like a dream guitar, and I never had like a dream guitar or anything like that. Maybe like amplifiers and stuff, because you can get so many different tones. I think one day I might try if I can find a used like Axe Effects. Those seem pretty sick, or like the Kempers. But as far as guitars go, I'm pretty chill about that kind of stuff. It's what I try to speed it up. It falls apart. Mitch, real quick question for you. So when you're speeding it up, are you going up like 5 beats per minute, or are you going up like 10? Like how many beats are you jumping up? Or is it your subdivisions? Are you talking like, say you're at 80 beats per minute, you can do eighth notes, but then when you go to triplets, it's too much? Let me know. Let me see here. I used 3, 6, and 7 note sequences, and it helped tremendously. Yeah, it's a good point Doroteo makes. You can do stuff like that, and it helps a lot as well. Craig says you have your heart set on a Kirk Hammett LTD. Ooh, I bet, man. Oh, really? And then you got it and you're disappointed? Man, you had me going there for a minute. I was looking at that thinking, ooh, that does sound kind of nice. But if you're disappointed, man, that disappoints me. Maybe I wouldn't like it either. Heck, man. Here we go. Let's see. There it is. I'm used to doing the harmonics on different guitars, so hearing them on this one's a little different. There we go. That's a little better from that part. But I think I like the tapping thing from Van Halen on the, what's the Hot for Teacher? Something like that, I can't remember. A random Van Halen moment, sorry. ADD, go back here. 80 to 120. I tried that. What a mess. Oh, man. Yeah, 80 to 120 is a big jump for sure. Oh, the 16th notes you can't get? Okay, yeah, if you can't get 16th notes at 80 or 90 beats, then slow it down to like 60, dude. Yeah, go like 60 beats per minute, and then do your 16th notes there, and just really focus on the ducka, 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 right? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Keep those ducka, 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 ducka. It'll help you when you go faster too, right? But go to like 60 and see if that helps, Mitch. Let's see. Yeah, why was it a disappointment? Kirk Hammett only uses the minor pentatonic, but he makes it work. Yeah, he uses a lot of minor pentatonic and he uses Dorian. And I don't know if he means to do that or if it's an accident. But either way, it's pretty cool because you get like these Kirk Hammett sounding lines he does. These little, What is that? Was that from the inner Sandman, that little last part? Or he does bend. I can't remember. But anyways, he always does this weird pentatonic. And then the background's doing that Metallica thing, that. And you're just like, oh yeah, there we go, Metallica. So I'll give him credit there, I guess. At least he's kind of creative with the Dorian thing once in a while. Once in a while, not always. When he's not wah pedaling it up, right? Awesome Van Halen rip. Hey, appreciate that, man. I'm not very good at doing Van Halen stuff, and honestly, I'm just kind of butchering songs here, so forgive me. Forgive me. 80 to 90. I need to get that before I go any faster. Yeah, don't go faster. Do like 60 beats per minute, Mitch. Like slow it down to 60, and then do your 16 notes then, right? So drop it down a bit. What is this? I had the intro to Ain't Talking About Love stuck in my head today. Oh, that's a good one too, man. But I forget how that goes. I don't know how to play that anymore. I used to play that. Was it? Is that how it goes? Is that how that goes? I don't remember, guys. I wish I could remember how to play that song. Something like that? I don't remember. But I like when they did the little... I don't remember. Let me go back here, sorry. The LTD was disappointing because it stayed tuned for about 5 notes and it sounded like trash. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing when you get a guitar or you get to play on a guitar you think will sound a little bit better than it does, and then you end up disappointed. It really sucks, man, when that happens. Can you play Summer Nights? I don't really know how to play that one. I never tried. It is a cool one, though. I will give you that. That's it? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, dude, I wish I remembered all the songs that I used to remember back in the day, but I just don't remember a lot of the stuff. I spend most of my time playing my own music now, or just like exercises. So like I just don't cover things anymore, and unfortunately because of that reason I just don't remember or really know how to play a lot of riffs like I used to. I used to be a cover machine back in the day because that was all I could do. I didn't get to do any originals or have time to write anything, and so I would just like play, covers at bars with people, and that was kind of my weekend activity, mainly for money. But now it's totally the opposite, and I don't really play any covers at all. Maybe once in a while on YouTube, but I kind of stopped doing covers on YouTube. And the reason why is most of the time they either get copyright striked or I get warned. And third, nobody watches them. For some reason, I never get really any views on covers. Like once in a while, like the Guthrie Go Vaughn one kind of tanked, but kind of didn't. The Racer X one, so. Love of God. I did a lot of like what I thought big songs. The biggest disappointment was doing the Moonlight Sonata, because I took a long time to learn that one, and I thought maybe more people would see that. And it's been up for a few years, and only got like 1,000 views after a few years, which is still better than nothing, but it really tanked compared to a lot of like other ones I've seen just take off. So the algorithm did not do me any favors on that, which is okay. But that's kind of the reason I stopped learning certain songs and doing covers on some of them. It just didn't really pay off for me view-wise for the channel. Then, originals, same thing. Like I like doing originals, but now I try to keep them inside the reviews, because if I post an original song by itself, it just usually tanks. Like I don't get any views on it. And that's fine, but like, if you want people to hear music, which I want to do, like that's my whole thing. I want to connect with you guys and build a community, but I also want to share my music. And I want you guys to have fun listening to it, right? Not for payment, not for anything else, just spread the love of music. That's really why I like doing this, and for connecting with you guys, like I said. So that's why I try to implement the originals now with like the review videos. Like if I get a guitar review, which I got a guitar review coming up, by the way. I can't talk about it yet, but there'll be a new song in that one. So you guys will see, well, actually 2 new songs. There's 2 new songs coming in the next review video, which will be coming in probably the next couple of weeks. But anyways, sidetracked. Let's go back to the comments here. Yeah, spend the money on a good Floyd Rose. It makes a world of difference for Craig. And guitar lesson on summer nights. Oh, yeah. I bet, man. That guy's got a lot of good videos. I've seen him pop up on YouTube before for his covers and everything. And his lesson videos, especially. That was an nerdy moment. Alright, let's see here. Actually... Well, actually... kind of fun to do that. Changing different like chord progressions with sweeping arpeggio kind of thing. Yeah, this kind of works. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. I like that. Doesn't sound so bad. Sorry, I'm just kind of jamming out random stuff. Hopefully you guys are all having a good time out there. I'm just screwing around for a little bit. Nothing too fancy here. A little sloppy also, so forgive me on that. And then, of course, you know, no shred moment would be complete without the little Michelangelo thing. Or the little... Sounds alright. It's decent enough. Alright, let's see here. What's going on here? Sorry guys, I got distracted. I'm looking at something on my thing. It says buffering is slowing down or something. Baloney YouTube stuff I hear once in a while. I'm just like, whatever YouTube. Whatever, man. Whatever, YouTube. Okay, let me go ahead and switch guitars out. Is it telly time? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, actually. It's time to swap guitars, man. Let me look here. Okay. Hey, Gregory Crane, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Appreciate that, man. If you guys like really chill music and just like really cool sounding different types of music, you should check out Gregory's channel. The guy is a phenomenal musician, and he plays. I know it's not like a regular flute, but I forget the name of it, so forgive me, Greg. But he plays like I think a pan flute or something, one of those things, and sounds amazing. Like he does all that traditional sounding music and like the really mellow, like meditative music, and just really cool stuff on his channel. I've seen him playing in person when I first met him, and he was just playing the craziest like flute stuff. It was so cool. I was like, what the heck is this guy doing? Anyways, great to see you. Yeah, you too, man. I'm glad you're doing well, man. That's good to hear. I'm going to swap guitars out real quick, guys. Bear with me just for a second. All right, let's get the old telly going. Put that guy down and get the old telly out. My dog looked at me like, big guy was like looking at me weird. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just switching my guitars out, buddy. It acts like I'm doing a huge offense or something. It's like, excuse you, human. Native American flute. There you go. So yeah, if you guys like that kind of sound, and if you're not sure what that sounds like, I recommend you go check it out because it sounds really cool and really peaceful. And I love like flute stuff like that, like the Native American flute he's talking about. It just sounds so cool. So yeah, definitely if you guys have time to go check that out, give him a listen, man. Let me just check my settings back here. I have to adjust things a little bit for this one. I'm not sure how this will sound with my current. Okay, I'm gonna need to change that a little bit. Adjusting the settings. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see where I want to put the volume at. That's why I'm doing one-handed stuff here. Which one do I normally have it on? Is it? This is not the same one, I think. It doesn't sound bad. It just sounds like just the mids or something. Sounds okay. Let me just try something. Try is a big term here, but let's see if I don't destroy the whole stream here. No? Maybe not. Maybe it sounds okay. Maybe a little more oomph on this part. Let me see. I could adjust the gain a bit. Depth. I don't know. Oh well, it's good enough as it is. But I feel like I want to hear the delay a little better, so let me just bring up the delay a bit. guess it sounds alright for what it is there. Tempo, I'll make the tempo a little faster and delay if I can. Okay, I'm coming back to the chat now, sorry. I was in my settings trying to fix the sound a bit for the telly, but I think we're good. I think it sounds okay. Let me go back here. Have you ever watched Stratton Marshall? I think so. I don't know him. Wait, is he like an Instagram guy maybe? Because it sounds super familiar, I think. It sounds good. Alright, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Craig, yes, you need to make a YouTube channel, Craig. Don't be camera shy, man. Get up in there and have fun with it. I think you'd make an entertaining channel, dude. You're a character, man. Alright, just glad you guys can hear me okay and the sound's decent enough. Let's see what I got here. A little buzz there on that. Alright, good enough. I guess it sounds kind of decent for the settings. I'll leave it alone. Let's go back here. That's ridiculous, Craig, man. That's ridiculous. Do you have any Clapton riffs on the telly? Not really. You know, I never was a big Clapton fan. I like Clapton, but there's not like a lot of like things I liked, like song-wise. I liked Layla, I guess. That was kind of cool. I think I did that before once. That little. Right, that one's kind of cool. But as far as anything else goes, I don't know. I'm kind of partial, I guess. Clapton's a great guitar player, though. Like I like Tears. Was it Tears in Heaven? That's a really pretty one. I don't know how to play that, but very pretty sound on that one. Let me adjust my settings to something a little cleaner, just real quick for a second. Let me see if this is going to mess up my stream or not. Hopefully not. I don't think so, but you never know. No, that's going to be weird, isn't it? Let's go basic. Just this thing. Sorry, guys. Still messing with sounds. Try to make something a little more, how do you say, a more, pretty sound. Switch up something for a second. don't like the ping-ponging. See if I can fix that. Yeah, well, maybe the ping-pong's not bad. Just bring it down so it's not so prominent in the mix. No. Getting the right sounds, man. That's always the fun part. You guys get to hear me screw around, sorry. It's me like my commercial music. Hey, welcome to the new Verizon Wireless store. Yeah, great coverage. Now for one time only, $19.95. Right, it sounds like something cheesy like that. And then a switching key. Talk to your doctor before starting Lexapro. I don't know, something ridiculous. Turn the delay down just a hair more, because it's a little overpowering for me. Alright, this works. Let me go back to the chat box. Sorry, guys. Sounds good here. Maybe up the volume a little. Okay, let me change that just a little bit. The delay is working awesome. Thanks, man. Oh my god, you nailed it. Glad to hear that, man. Bring my volume up a hair, okay? So let me know if this is too much, guys. Hopefully not, but we'll see what happens here. You know, I gotta get used to playing this guitar like you guys were saying earlier, because I got used to playing the other one. Now my fingers feel like they're too fat. Yeah, this works. Kind of sounds like it would work really good for like Sting music or something. The little yes, it kind of works. Yeah, I wonder if I had the right phaser for that. Let me see. Sorry guys, I'm just screwing around with effects and getting super ADD. I'm not ignoring you guys, I swear. I just, my brain gets scrambled and like different things, and then, yeah, so here we are. Let's see, what is this? Let's see if this helps. I guess it kind of sounds like a setting. I mean, it is kind of sort of something. Yeah. Ah, finger's too fat. There we go. Or make it a prettier sounding chord. That's kind of cool. What if I turn this off, turn the phase around? Let's see. It's kind of cool. Let me go to my other one I like a lot, if it'll let me do it. Good enough. Bring this over here so it's not so intense sounding. All right, coming back, guys. Sorry for that. All right, where are we at here? Just use 3 new Dunlopd pedals. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. You just killed my brain, Craig. I give up. DiGiorno pedals. I'm going to call them DiGiorno, like the pizza. DiGiorno pedals. That's it. You love Eric Johnson's style of playing. Oh, same here, man. Eric Johnson's amazing. That sounds like old music for Fortnite. Oh my goodness. 500 Company. I never played Fortnite, but all the kids tell me about it, man. You know, as a music teacher, I'm always hearing kids talk about Fortnite every day. They're always telling me Fortnite this, Fortnite that, and yeah, I'm pretty clueless with that stuff, but seems cool enough. What do we got here? Getting some static. Okay, there we go. Fix that. It does not like the clean settings on my computer. If I do like distortion, it's super happy. If I do clean, I get punished. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. Sorry, guys. Okay, so good. I agree with you, man. I like the sound of that. Now you want a Martin. Ooh, a Martin would be cool too. Yeah, Martin acoustics are really pretty sounding acoustic guitars. Them are Taylors. You can call them Temu pedals. All right, Temu. I'll remember that. Or Temu. I'm not sure if I'm even pronouncing that right. Dang. See, now I got another problem. DiGiorno, Dunlopd, now Temu. I don't know, man. Oh, my bad. I misread the typo. I thought you said Fortnite. That makes more sense. Hold music. Yeah. It's like you're waiting for your doctor to get back to you and you hear all this. Let me go back here. Sorry. Where's my basic setup at? I just had it. I'm going to go back to the real basic. Because if I do like a clean with other effects, my computer does not like it, so. Here at Doctors, we're here to help you. Anytime you're ready. For providers, press 1. Otherwise, stay in the line. At Doctors, we're here to help you. If that's you, stay on the line. Right, that kind of thing. That's kind of funny. Yeah, there's just so much crazy stuff you can do. I like these, you know, little intricate. And there's just so many different variations of chords you can do. So I keep myself pretty entertained, unfortunately. There's just too many things to do. Let's see. Have you found love in all the wrong places? Well, this is not the place either. Thanks for coming. That's great, man. I would laugh if I heard that on a call thing. That would kill me. By the way, topic. Speaking of doctors and hold things, I find it really annoying that they have telehealth nowadays, right? So I like telehealth, you know, because I don't always like getting up at 7 in the morning to rush down to the doctor's office. But the downside is they're like, oh yeah, your doctor can call you anywhere between like 7 in the morning until 12 noon. Okay, but what time? Oh, anytime between 7 and noon. Just keep your phone on. Like, what does that mean? What am I supposed to do with that information? Like, I really hate that. And that happened a couple times where, like, I got a phone call when I was asleep. I'm not an early bird unless I have to work or something. So, like, I slept, like, and I missed. They were supposed to call, I thought, like, you know, between that time frame. But they chose the earliest possible time. And, anyways, I missed it. And the doctor was ticked. He's like, and my doctor sounds like the most, like, monotone, but like when he gets annoyed you can tell because he sounds a little less monotone, a little more on edge. And I got this voicemail and it was, this message is for Lester, this is your doctor, you missed your appointment, you know, we want to talk to you and blah 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 and all this stuff. And I'm just like, ugh. And I almost feel like the voice is kind of fake sometimes because like it just feels so put on. Hey everybody, Dr. Jordan here. We're going to go over your lab results today. Okay, your blood cholesterol levels are looking a little high. We're going to go ahead and just mark that on your chart here. Okay. Any questions for me? Like, where's that? I mean, maybe they're just really bored because they have to see like thousands of people like in, you know, a month period of time. So I think that would drive anyone crazy. But yeah, I just wish they fixed the telehealth thing. It's such a pain. Convenient but annoying. Sorry, random rant for the day. Are you a Knopfler fan? Yes, I love Mark Knopfler. He's a killer guitar player, man. Killer. Let's see here. You had a nasty earache and you went on a telecall and they told you to wait it out. Yeah, wait it out. You got an infection, but just wait it out. If you're still alive and you're having a problem still, we'll help you. But, you know, like, just figure it out on your own, you know? Like, we're not here to help you. What are we, doctors? We're not here to help people. Yeah, don't do drugs. What is that? The South Park, yeah. Don't do drugs, okay? What's his name? Mr. I don't remember that guy's name. I haven't seen that show in years. What is the principal's name in that show? Principal... Not Skinner. I'm thinking of Simpsons. Oh, well, that's going to bug me. But yeah, Mark Knopfler is a great guitar player. Like I said, I don't remember a lot of their riffs or anything from Sultan, besides Sultans of Swing. I kind of remember that one vaguely. And I kind of butcher that as it is, but... Hello from Michigan. Hey, nice to see you, Mike. Greetings to you from California over here. Hope it's all going well for you in Michigan. We're just screwing around. I'm doing random stuff because I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just jamming out and killing time with you guys. Hopefully you're having a good Friday out there, whatever it is you're doing, whether you're slamming some breadsticks at Olive Garden or you're, you know, going home to watch Alien, the trilogy, or maybe you're going to go hang out with some friends and get drunk and, you know, fist fight in the backyard. I don't know. Whatever you guys choose to do in your free time is up to you, and that's fine. I'm just screwing off, so it ain't nothing interesting going on here. Let's see if I can find some other settings here. Alright, more distortion. Yeah, sounds alright for this one. This one's titled Chunky. It doesn't sound very chunky, but okay. I guess. Kind of sounds like something. Not bad, I guess. Just sounds like really weak on this setting, whatever's going on here, which is fine. Just sounds a little different. I wonder if I can do another one here. Let me try. I'm gonna experiment with something, guys. I'm turning on my guitar and putting on a different setting. Hope this doesn't destroy your guys' ears or mine, because I have headphones on. But it should be safe. It was safe before, so it should be safe again, I would hope. Hopefully. stuff, whatever. Turn up the gain a little bit on this guy. Turn down the gain on this thing. And now I think we got something juicy, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, well, whatever. It's good enough for right now. I'm not going to screw with it too much, but it just sounds a little strange to me. Yeah, even still, it just sounds super weak. I don't know. What am I doing here? Let me try to put this up. Does that sound more bitey? Hopefully more of a bite. Oh well. Good enough, guys. Good enough, I guess. It works, right? It works. Yeah, that's all I was going to say. Poison sounding. It doesn't sound chunky. By the way, guys, I'm running through Neural DSP on this live stream. I don't like plugins, but whatever. But yeah, I'm using this Neural DSP, and it's Gojira or whatever, and it doesn't sound anything like Gojira to me. Like, all these presets are cool, but none of them are like shreddy or meaty or anything. They sound kind of flat to me. Digital, I guess, you know? But whatever. What can you do? Oh my goodness, you listen to the Sultans of Swing live, the Alchemy live one, every day. Hey, nothing wrong with that, dude. I listen to certain things every day, too. I mean, I listen to Fortress Around Your Heart by Sting. I listen to that every day. Certain songs I always go to, Desert Rose, you know, all the cheesy ones. What is my thoughts on the... Oh, you're talking about the pick slanting on Troy Grady's thing? Yeah, so, you know, I've seen a few of his videos, and they're pretty good. They're pretty in-depth. But at the same time, it's important not to overthink picking, I think, because a lot of folks overthink their picking technique, and it could be a good thing, but it can also be detrimental, because then you're thinking too much about it to the point where you're not really benefiting from it. You're more like overthinking. So, yeah, like, I think pick slanting's a real thing. I didn't know what it was till a couple years ago. Like, I was doing pick slanting, not realizing it, which is funny. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's it. That is what that is, right? And then I saw his channel, and somebody showed me some other videos. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Which, again, is super useful stuff. Just try not to get really into it too far, because if you get too far into it and, you know, you're overthinking it, it's gonna, like, you're gonna like drive yourself crazy. So pick slanting's good. Working on the inside-outside fundamentals is good, but try not to overthink it. I think. Whatever. Hey, what's up, Cody? Glad you're back, dude. Do I still have my Hellraiser? Yeah, I still do. I just can't play it right now because the inside wiring's a little janky and messed up. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. The Gojira plugin sounds nothing like a Gojira, right? The Petrucci one and Tim Henson one are pretty good and accurate, though. I haven't tried those ones, but thank you for letting me know. I might try it next time and see how that sounds, because I just can't find a sound I like on this Gojira one. They all sound so digital and just, I don't know. Every time I see those commercials for Neural DSP, it's like, aw, tone in the hands. Everything sounds badass and all this stuff. I'm just like, what are you talking about? What are you guys smoking? Like, I don't hear any of that. It just sounds like flat to me or something. I don't know. Digital, like I said. Like, it's okay. But it just has a... I don't know, there's just a certain sound to it that's not my favorite. What is this one? Let me go through another setting here. Sorry, guys, I'm just kind of screwing around looking through different things. Bear with me. sense. I don't know. I'm just like demoing random licks. It's a little better than it was, so I guess I'll just leave it, but... Yeah, whatever. It's good enough, I guess. I'll just leave it alone. It's enough tweaking with this thing. I'll have to mess with it a different day. Fair warning, guys, if you get the Gojira one, I guess. Now we know. Oh, Billy Idol. Eyes with... Oh, yeah. That's a great song, man. I remember you're doing good with that, too, Craig. I hope that's coming along for you. Good chords in that song. Is that the chords for that? I forget. I'm no Billy Idol, but yeah. Alright. How's that going now? That's wrong. That's not how Steven plays it, but whatever. What is it? No. Something like that, right? I think it's up there, the extensions. Something like that. No, it's over here. Oh well, I'm gonna get so many copyright claims probably on all these different riffs I'm playing, but I don't even care. Whatever. Yeah, Steve Stevens is awesome, man. Such a creative guitar player, and really like doesn't get enough credit. I think he needs to get a little more credit than he gets. Just his overall like guitar riffing and composition and way he goes about things just is so cool. Let me see here. Okay, that's fixed. So let's see if I can make something else sound decent enough, I suppose. No, I don't have enough frets. Just pretend they're there. Use your voice when you have enough frets, right? I don't know. Over here, I guess you can do that. That's how it goes. Yeah. I can't remember. I covered that one a long time ago, and I don't remember how to play that anymore. Dude, it's crazy. You could spend so much time learning a song and like learn all the parts and cover it and record it and film it, and when you try to memorize like what you did a year later, gone. I think I did that 2 years ago actually, but still, I can't believe I don't remember any of that. Well, I mean, I guess I remember some of it. The brain's a weird thing, man. Just like the Moonlight Sonata thing, I don't remember that well either. But the whole... No, that's not right. No, it was here. Was it that? I can't remember. No, it's here. I keep thinking of over there for some reason. I think it's supposed to be 24, but I don't have that fret, so pretend it's there. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't remember how to play that one either, really. Anyways, sidetracked. Sorry, guys. Not trying to ignore you. Glasgow Kiss. Or Glasgow Kiss. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But yeah, you got it right. I always pronounce that wrong, so I'm probably saying it wrong. But whatever. It works, man. It works. Is that the note in between there? I don't remember. So I'm getting this ADE moment. I don't have enough frets. Ah! Oh well, whatever. Close enough. Random shred moment. Random riffing. Random. No Journey for you. Oh yes, good old Journey, man. It's quite a journey when you listen to Journey. Okay, that was stupid, but whatever. Alright guys, so I'm just hanging out here, chilling with you dudes and dudettes and whoever else is out there. Hope you're all having a good Friday evening. Got plenty of time left here. We're just screwing around. Hopefully, you guys are having a good Friday and doing something exciting, like I said. Feel free to tell me what you guys got going on, or let me know what you guys are working on in your guitar world, or if you got any guitar questions or whatever, I'll do my best to try to answer. But in the meantime, I'm just screwing off, so don't mind me, guys. Let's see. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, today off. Did some spring cleaning, huh? Oh, man. You're like a sloth at this point. Well, I think it's well-deserved, man. I mean, if you're doing all that work and everything and spring cleaning and all this jazz going on, I think I'd be a sloth, too, if I was in your position. Heck. It sounds stressful, man. But, yeah, I keep forgetting Easter is on Sunday. This Sunday, I think. And I keep forgetting about that. I always screw up like the times and the days and everything for holidays and all that stuff. So very cool. Hopefully people have some big plans going on, whether you like that kind of stuff or not. I don't know if you guys are all into Easter or not or what have you, but hopefully it's exciting for y'all and you're doing something exciting, whatever it is, hiding eggs for kids to find or eating turkey or chicken or whatever it is you guys do. I don't know what people normally do. No stress. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. If they don't like the free food and the presentation, kick rocks. I'd agree with that. Oh, man. But, yeah, man, I mean, Easter's a trip, just in general. It just seems so, I don't know. It's like it's here and then it's gone, right? And it's one of those holidays where, like, the stores are like 3 months ahead of time, and you're like, oh, cool, they're showing Easter stuff during Christmas. Right on. I guess I'll get all that stuff prepared. Whatever. But it works. I guess the best thing is probably the eggs for people. If you feel like eggs, right? If anybody eats eggs out there, I guess that's a good thing. Get your protein or something like that. But you're also getting all that choline, I guess, which isn't really good for you, but whatever. Everything kills us, I guess. Halloween should be out next week. Yeah. Good old Halloween, man. Where's it go from there? I forget. I think it's a little slow. I wonder if I have to make it faster. Can't do it fast. That's kind of... sounds weird, though, like that, doesn't it? It sounds a little funky. I don't know. Let's see here. What is happening? Buffer issue. I don't know why there's a buffer issue, but okay. That's cool. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. You never seen anybody play that like that, Craig? Oh, man. I kind of stole it from a guy. I saw him doing it one time on some video a long time ago, like in 2000 or something. He did it way better than I'm doing it, but, he had like a really cool setup and everything. It sounded really clean. I'm just using a crappy plug-in setting, but yeah, it's pretty fun to do. I'm not good at doing the double hand tapping stuff, so that's something I got to work on more. Some people are just crazy with the double hand stuff, and who's really good at that is what is her name? Tori Slusher. I'm not sure if you guys have seen Tori Slusher. She's kind of gaining more traction on YouTube, but that girl can play the guitar. My gosh, and she just plays way over my head. Like, the stuff she does is crazy, She'll be doing, like, left hand only chord progressions, doing the walking bass with her fingers while she's doing the chords at the same time, and then she's tapping, like, a whole melody, like Stanley Jordan style. Insane fusion jazz rock stuff she does, and it's, like I said, way over my head. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, definitely check her out. Tori Slusher is a crazy good guitar player. I was just like, what in the heck? The stuff I come across sometimes makes me want to put my guitar away. I'm like, all right, maybe this is the day I put my guitar up on the wall and retire from the music community. Hang it up there, you know. Had my fun run. It's going to get even crazier, I'm sure, in the next 10 to 20 years. I can only imagine. I'm going to have to really up my chops and clean up my slop and learn all the stuff I don't know. Because if I don't, I'm going to get left behind. It's getting pretty crazy out there, the competition for guitar players. And I don't mean like competition like competing with people, but just like the competition of music writing. It's getting pretty intense, like how technical it's getting. So yeah, I have a lot to work on. I have a lot to you know, get better at, because you know, if I don't do it, then like I said, I'm gonna fade away. Let's see here. You're watching the Franz family on YouTube. It's a guy and his 3 daughters covering music. They're from Indonesia. They're very good. They cover the Cranberries pretty well. Yeah, dude, I believe it. The Indonesians are really good at guitar. I have a lot of Indonesian friends, like on Facebook and stuff, that I chat with occasionally. And a lot of the Indonesian people are really serious about music, and they put a lot of work into it. Like, they don't mess around, man. So yeah, I've seen it. Those Indonesian people really do excel in the music department. One of the best guitar players from Indonesia was like a Beam Finger. I think that's his name. Kid's crazy good. He got like famous, I guess, when he's like 11 or 12 or whatever, just shredding crazy, like Marty Friedman, Paul Gilbert licks. And that just blows my mind that, you know, somebody that age can play those types of licks. It's just crazy to me. You know, on that topic, by the way, of people just being so good in different countries, one of my friends on Facebook lives in Japan, and she was telling me that, like, in their country, they expect you to play, like, Paul Gilbert style stuff at, like, 11 and 12. And, like, Paul Gilbert's considered, like, what'd you say? Like, elementary. Like, it's basic stuff. And I was like, Paul Gilbert stuff's elementary in Japan? Like, you know, that's expected of 10, 12-year-olds? Where does that leave me? Gosh. Yeah, so I was just like, geez, man. Japan does not mess around. They're pretty strict with what they're looking for, I guess, and as far as talent goes and technical ability. So I'm sure Indonesia's not much different. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy the stuff you see, especially with, you know, kids playing nowadays, being, like I said, 9, 10, 11 years old. And, you know, as a guitar teacher, I've come across kids like that are just really crazy good at, like, their age. A few different kids, and they're like around 9, 10, and it's very rare. You know, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, it really trips me out. I had one kid, he was like 10. He has a YouTube channel, just playing guitar stuff now. I forget what it's called, like Liam Plays Guitar or something, but the kid was like 10 when I met him, and I guess he already took guitar lessons for like a few years. I was like, a few years? Would he start at like 5 or something? But I guess he did. And so, yeah, he came up to me, and I kid you not, he sat down in front of me, and he's like, yeah, you know, I know how to play a little bit. Like, I can do some noodles and everything, and I play some songs. I know solos like this, and he just busted out the Beat It solo, like note for note. And I looked at him, and I was like, what? Like, what the hell just happened? You know, this 10-year-old kid just like showing me up here playing Van Halen note for note. I was like, it's crazy. So that was a trip. And then there's another girl that was kind of similar. She was like, I'm currently teaching her now. She's like about, I think 9. Yeah, she's 9 years old. And, you know, she started off not knowing any guitar at all. She had like an old beat up acoustic, and they eventually bought her an electric. But anyways, she's only been taking lessons like maybe 4 or 5 months. And I got her playing the Thunderstruck. So she's doing the whole little, you know, she's doing that whole little section like on time, and it's so cool because, you know, it's like when you see kids that really have fun with it and excel, it makes it so much more meaningful teaching music, right? because like I've taught so many people that just don't want to be there or just don't really care. And so like when you teach people and they really pick it up and they're loving what they're doing and they're improving, it makes me feel like it's not just a waste of my life, like not that it's a waste, nothing's really a waste, but you know what I'm saying, like it feels like you're not wasting time with somebody, like you're providing something and actually making it useful. So that makes me happy. Let's see here. Let me look back. If I went through the Canon rock phase, not really. I didn't. I know that was a big thing, and people still make that a meme. I have people on my friends list always telling me, "Oh, Canon rock," and shred version, metal Canon rock. Great song. But yeah, it was a big thing. I know a lot of people were covering that for a while. I still see things pop up once in a while, like folks covering that song or other songs that are kind of from that time period, which is still pretty cool, I think. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. I was just checking the time here. But anyways, random topics, random BS. I don't know. I'm just killing time, guys. Hope you're all having a fantastic Friday. I should have a video coming out in the next couple days about like lesson stuff. Nothing too exciting. Don't get too excited, folks. It's going to be like, just boring lesson material. But if you like free lesson material, you'll like that. So you'll have tabs and all that. But, like I said, I'll have a guitar review video coming out, which I haven't done in forever. I haven't done a guitar review since... Actually, I don't remember. I don't remember the last guitar review I did. Was it the Hollow Body? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. It was like I felt like maybe going on a year or something. Was it Oh man, Craig, you got a good memory, man. Was it Valgoa? I think you're right, actually. I think it was the acoustic one, huh? Yeah, it's a trip, man. Mitch, you saw AC/DC in 1987? Oh, that's killer, dude. That must have been a lot of fun, man. Yeah, my dad said when he, because he grew up in Australia, I guess, when he was a kid, he got to see AC/DC playing in like a bar before they were famous, and he got to take pictures of them and stuff, which was pretty cool. So I thought that was a trip. Good old Australia, man. Land of the kangaroos beating the crap out of you and spiders trying to kill you, or everything trying to kill you, I guess. Let's see here. What's going on? Sorry, guys, trying to adjust the feed thing. What am I looking at? Okay, we're good. YouTube keeps giving me stupid warnings like, oh, buffering speed going down. Oh, no. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Just chill out. Nothing to worry about here, YouTube. You just take it easy. YouTube's always trying to scare tactics on me. I saw the Beach Boys. Oh my gosh. Now that would have been cool. I would have liked to have seen that, especially Chicago. Chicago and the Beach Boys together would have been a lot of fun, man. I would have liked to have seen that. Heck, I wish I could have seen the Beatles back in the day. That would have been really cool. I love the Beatles, man. I mean, all those artists are just killer. But, gosh, man. Yeah, I need to get more concerts under my belt, so to speak. I might do that one day in the far future. But then again, I don't know. Then you have to go through all the costs and then traveling and being around a bunch of people. I don't know. It's not really my thing as much anymore, but maybe. We'll see. All right, let's do some more jamming, I suppose. Huh? What we got going on here? Yeah, sounds like it's in tune enough. Random tapping lick, sorry. I don't know. Screwing off. First concert you saw was Skid Row. Oh my gosh, man. That must have been a lot of fun too. I'm jealous, man. I was born in a time period where there wasn't really like a lot of cool stuff, right? Like, I wish I could have seen certain artists back in the day, like in their prime and everything. That would have been so awesome, but well, what can you do, I guess? Let's see. There's Slayer on Rain and Blood was my first show. Wow, that's crazy, man. That must have been a lot of fun too. I can imagine that was probably a pretty intense show, nonetheless, considering it was Slayer. What do you think are first? What do you think are first? Oh, must-have guitar pedals. I see. It kind of, my screen was cutting off there. I had to get rid of the thing. But I don't know, man. I don't really own any guitar pedals. Actually, I take it back. I own like one guitar pedal. And let's see if do I have it up here? I might not even have it up here. Oh, it's this one. Hold on a second. Get yourself a Tube Screamer pedal. I have an off-brand one made by Moore. I think it's Moore. Yeah, Moore. It's called the Green Mile, but it's basically an Ibanez Tube Screamer, just like a cheap knockoff. Not bad. Gets the job done. And what I do is I turn the gain all the way down, and I turn the volume up, and it gives me way more sustain and just better overall harmonic dynamic, I think, when I'm doing solos and songs. I use it in all my recordings, by the way, usually, like in my actual like songs, because it just sounds better through the amp than the amp by itself. It helps cut through the muddiness of the orange. But can't say there's any other pedals I can think of. Maybe looper pedals would be kind of cool. It was an amazing show. I bet, man. It was fun. You could go see. Oh, that's awesome, man. You got to see Slayer with Children of Bodom and Lamb of God. Heck yeah. Yeah, Children of Bodom was awesome, man. I'm glad I got to see them. Especially since the guy passed away. Rest in peace and all. I wish I could have seen All That Remains because I loved Ollie Herbert's playing, but I didn't get to see him before he passed away, unfortunately. They were too drunk to play well. Oh no. That's not good, man. Yeah. Yeah, they were like Dragon Force, man. You just never know what you're going to get because they like to drink, which is a little unfortunate. I saw Dragon Force, and oh my gosh, yeah, a lot of the stuff they do is just all over the place, at least back then. I don't know about now. We're talking a long time ago, but they were super drunk all the time. Hopefully not anymore. Hopefully they cleaned up their act a bit, but... Let's see. How does Steve Vai sustain so long in some of his songs? That's a good question, man. I don't really know. Steve Vai is an amazing guitar player, and he has amazing stuff set up, I'm sure, a certain way for him, you know? He must have, like... I'm sure... He must have a tube screamer of some type to get that, like, you know, sustain. He probably has a compression pedal. I'm guessing those two. He probably has something else going on, but, I mean, it helps that he has those big half stacks. I'm sure those things ring out for a long time. You know, but Steve Vai's an amazing guitar player. I love that guy. He's such a cool dude. Such a nice guy. The new Dragon Force is weird. I have not heard Dragon Force in so long, man. Like, not since the old days with Fire and Flames and all that. I don't even know what it sounds like. I'll have to check it out. I mean, I know they have a new singer, right? Like, back in the day when they did the Cry Thunder song or something. I think that was the last thing I heard from them. So, yeah, I'm like really behind the times on that one. By the way, I just realized something. I don't know if Dorotio's still on here or Sienna, but they both won guitar lessons like a month ago, and they have not used them yet. So if you guys are still there, definitely hit me up so we can get you going on those free lessons. I like to help you out. And then I'll give another few lessons away to folks on here when I can. It's more about finding the time more than anything, because it's like my time's so all over the place. You know, I'm running around half the time. That's why I don't have videos up as often as I like, because I'm just super busy. Oh, really? A whole different band now, huh? Huh. That's a trip, man. So it's just kind of making random stuff now, huh? I'll have to give it a listen now. You've piqued my interest, so I'll have to see what's going on with that, because, you know, like I said, I haven't heard them in a long time. What is my practice schedule? Oh, man, I don't mean to laugh, but I laugh because it's not as good as it should be. My practice schedule kind of sucks. Let me grab my water real quick, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit, but... Back in the day, I used to have a lot of practice time, you know? And I would sit for hours and play for hours. Not that you need to, because less is more. You don't need to do more, right? So less is more. But nowadays, because I work all week, you know, I don't really have time. And when I'm not working, I'm structuring like lesson material for other people. So it definitely affected my playing, I think, over the years, because like I can't put 100% into my own playing every day like I like. And then just with life activities too, you know, with work and everything. So like for me, I get like 15 to 30 minutes of practice time, maybe. I try to do every day, but sometimes I have to skip a day because there's just no time left in the schedule. But usually 15, 30 minutes a day. Now, it's not ideal. Like I wish I could do probably an hour a day if I could. But, you know, it is what it is. So when I do practice, I do like, you know, specific things on certain days. Like I'll spend one day just doing like the chop builder from Frank Gamble. I'll just do that as my practice session. And I'll go through every round, make notes on what I need to work on and stuff like that. Some days I'll do strictly just metronome improv, or I'm just improvising with the metronome, nothing else. Other times, you know, I'm spending time just doing legato or sweep picking, or I'm doing tapping, or I'm doing chords or whatever. So it just depends on what I want to focus on, you know. So my practice is kind of a little like scheduled in different segments like that. And then, you know, I work on specific genres certain days too. Like maybe I'll work more on metal one day and metal picking. Some days I work more on like my jazz stuff because I lack in that, and my blues. So anyways, I hope that kind of answers the question, but let me go back down here. Sorry. Different sound, mostly same guys. Interesting. April 6th, Lester, if you are ready to get going again. More is more. Yeah, for sure, man. You let me know whenever you're ready to do lessons, Craig. We'll get you going, dude. And that goes for the rest of you guys, too. If you ever want to do lessons with me or just whatever, I have time to make for that. Like, you know, I will fit it in. I'm one of those people where I like to work, I like to keep busy. So, you know, if I'm doing a lesson at midnight my time, I don't care. If it's helping somebody and, you know, giving me work, I'm all about that. Let me see here. More is more. Yeah. So how did you get ear trained so well? Like in some of those Twitch videos. I don't know anything about Twitch videos, but ear trained. Well, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't have like proper ear training. My ear training was pretty much developed from just like not having access to anything when I was younger. So I grew up kind of poor and everything, so I didn't really have like the internet. I didn't have like tabs when I first started. I didn't have like instruction. And so I just listened to the radio and I tried to mimic stuff by ear. And so I knew what things sounded like. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know their names. I didn't know the notes. I just knew what it sounded like. And I made patterns off those things. And I knew like, okay, this sounds like this note, so it must be in that area. And I kind of knew like, okay, C sharp, I guess that must be the note. But I didn't know like all the notes of the scale. I didn't know circle of fifths. I didn't know anything. So it's just from repetition. And now it paid off because, you know, I can like listen to pretty much anything on the spot, and I could usually tab it out within a few seconds. Unless it's something crazy technical. Like if you give me animals as leaders, or you give me some crazy Polyphia song, I'm not going to be able to figure it out right away. It's probably going to take me like a half an hour to an hour to like sort through all the weird crap going on. But if you give me something fairly normal, like Iron Maiden, just normal rock and roll thrash stuff, I could usually figure that out pretty quick or whatever. I used to do tabs for Ultimate Guitar. I had like 30 contributed tabs on there. But then, you know, when work caught up, I didn't have time to do that anymore. And most of those got 5-star ratings, so I trust that it's accurate enough. Anyways, let's see here. Oh, I see what you're saying. The Amigo videos. Oh my gosh, I forgot about those Amigo videos. That's funny you saw those, man. Those were like my first ever like videos on YouTube per se that I actually started doing like more serious. I need to do that again probably, but those are fun. But yes, as far as doing stuff by ear goes, that's my best advice for you. Is just to like play everything by yourself without any help from any tab or anyone, and to see if you can figure the notes out on your own. The good news is, if you play the wrong note, it's either one in front or one behind it. That's going to tell you if you're in the right key or not, right? So you're going to know if you're going to be in or out of the scale pretty quick, and then you can kind of just figure the rest out. Now, for me personally, because I know a lot more now, obviously, than I did 20 years ago. I can say, okay, I know my scales, I know my intervals, I know my chords, I know my structure, I know how to build chords from scales, I know how to tell you what chord progressions are happening. If I listen to a song, I can tell you if it's a 1, 4, 5, 6. I can tell you if it's 2, 5, 1 in major. I can tell you if it's 2, 5, 1 in minor. I can tell you if it's harmonic minor, melodic minor, major scale, minor scale, pentatonic, whatever. I can tell you what mode it is, Mixolydian, whatever, Mixolydian flat 6 or whatever. But because I can do that, I can hear a song pretty fast and go, oh, it's just a 1, 4, 5 in C, it sounds like, and I know what notes already. I can jam on it. So if you work on all your intervals and your scales and chords and everything and your ear at the same time, I think it's a great combination because you're working on your ear training from forcing yourself to learn stuff by ear, but you're also working on the fundamentals that you need, right? So I think that's important. How do you figure out fast scale runs? Well, do you mean like when you're doing it by ear for songs? Is that what you mean? Like if you're tabbing out a song and you have to figure out like a shred lick? Because usually if it's like a song and they have a shred lick, like a little running thing, it's usually just a scale pattern, like a major or minor scale just running up. And they're usually ascending in a certain order, right? There's very stereotypical patterns. You may hear very common patterns like, where I'm just going up. And you hear that a lot in songs, right? Dragon Force does it. A lot of bands do it. And the next pattern you might hear it going up. And then back one. Where they're going up and back one. Right? Or you might hear it where they go. You might hear that. Or you might hear it double. Right? So there's a lot of different like stereotypical patterns that are good to learn, I think. So like I'll train people in those when I give them lessons and stuff, like learning those specific picking patterns. I did them sloppy here just for whatever, but I just want to show you what I meant. So those are the different ones. And there's different ones besides those too. There's probably like a good 10 I could think of, but it's usually one of the 10. And then they just go up, like I said, major or minor scale in one of the 7 positions. So, if you're playing shape 3 in C major, and they have an F chord going on, I'm doing shape 3. You hear me do that a lot, actually. And it sounds fancier than it is. It's just me playing up a scale, right? And then sliding up the next shape. So shape 3, shape 4, shape 5. Descending shape 5, shape 4, crossing into shape 3 again. And most guitar players are doing one of the shapes, or multiple shapes. So, that's how I usually figure out the shred runs by ear. Now, it might be wrong placement, but it might be the right notes. Like, sometimes I'll hear a song and I might hear a shredding lick. But here's the thing. They might be drop tuned a whole step. So they're playing in a different area, but I don't know that. I'm just going off of ear, right? So I'll play it a whole step over here instead, but obviously it's not the right frets because it's not where they played it originally, but it's the right notes because a different tuning. So you have to take that into consideration. But yeah, hopefully that kind of helps, man. I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure if that was very helpful or not. I usually don't talk about this stuff very often with people because like not many people want to do shred stuff by ear. And then as a teacher, I deal with a lot of like beginners, intermediate players, and whatnot, so I don't really get to talk about this stuff as much as I like to. But I like to talk about it, so thanks for asking me. Yeah, so examples, like, if you look at the What's a common like example of a shred thing that's from a song? I wish I could think right now. Okay. So like, if you look at something like Michelangelo Badio does, right? He goes up 2 strings usually, right? Right, and then it'll go up the next 2 strings after repeating the second string twice. So like that kind of thing. Or you might hear him go backwards twice. Right, you might hear that he's just repeating the same. I turned it down on purpose so you can hear the acoustic. You hear that? You might hear that kind of thing. How do you tell if a song is in alternate tuning? That's a tough one. So if a song's in alternate tuning, it's kind of hard to tell unless there's a lot of open strings. So keep an ear out for open strings, like pull-offs to open or hammer-ons from open. It either means they're using a capo somewhere, or they're in a weird tuning like an open chord, like an open G, open D, or open whatever. Yeah, there's so many different ones. But keep an ear on those, because sometimes if you go to like learn something by ear, which has happened to me before, and you're like, this sounds kind of weird, and you're trying to play along with it, and it works, but it's not the right movement, because they're doing an open strings in there, and you're like, that's not working though, because my open strings don't sound right. It's a kind of a giveaway that they're doing an open tuning of some type, and that should help a little bit. But also, you can kind of tell the resonance of the chords, because they have a lot of that open strumming stuff going on in the background with it. So you might be able to hear that, and it's kind of a giveaway too if you hear the strumming along with the movement sliding, because it's an open chord, so they can just slide around with that a little easier. Having said that, though, some stuff can be a little tricky. Like I said, if it's drop tuned and they're not doing open chugs, because you won't know if it's drop tuned right off the top of your head. So it's like, oh, it's C standard, but it doesn't sound like it. So that can be kind of tricky. Unless, of course, they're playing the open strings. Then, like I said, it's kind of a giveaway. But when they're not playing the open strings, it's annoying. It's like, why are you guys making it difficult, right? Just tell me what chord you're using. Tell me the key, man. But it works. It works. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry, I totally went brain dead for a minute. I was going to say something, and now I don't remember what I was going to say. But yeah, shredding stuff is cool. It's exciting. It's fun. It's not as hip as it used to be. But it's cool, I guess, right? Things have obviously changed over the years. People are more into different types of music than they used to be, and shredding's more of the forsaken child of rock music. It's almost kind of like offensive for some people. I notice if you mention shredding or play shredding stuff in certain contexts, people get kind of almost ticked off, like, oh, it's a shredder. Yep, no feeling, no heart, empty soul. Which, I get it. It's fair. A lot of guitar players that were, around that, got to see that era, got to see a lot of the bad shredders, and I think they gave the good shredders a bad name. Because there are bad shredders out there. If you're just playing random notes and, smacking strings horribly and out of pitch and everything, I've seen it. It'll turn somebody off from shredding, and they'll be like, oh, shredding's just a bunch of noise. But they don't understand there's good shredding out there, and I think that's the problem. What are some of my favorite melodic shred players? Oh, man. Number 1, Vinnie Moore. Vinnie Moore is so melodic and so tasteful. His phrasing is just insane. Like, I wish I could play like him, but I can't. His technique is so precise. He can shred. He can do everything. But yeah, if you're a fan of Vinnie Moore, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not sure who he is, I would say listen to his Mind's Eye album and listen to the Maze album. Those 2 albums are my favorite. Meltdown album's okay too. More blues rock. If you like the Greg Howe style, it's kind of similar to that blues kind of rock fusion style. Another person, Greg Howe. I love Greg Howe. Love Tony McAlpine. Love Andy Timmons. Love Eric Johnson. Jason Becker. All those guys are amazing guitar players. Michael Romeo is amazing. Steve Vai, we talked about him being an amazing shred guitar player, right? Joe Satriani. Those guys are obviously the cat's meow, in a sense. But yeah. You've been digging some Reb Beach, Captain Craig? Heck yeah, man. Reb Beach is amazing. I love listening to Black Magic, and what's the other song? I can't remember now. What is it called? Black Magic, and there's another one he does that's amazing, like a solo one. But the guy's an amazing... Oh, Cutting Loose. Cutting Loose. Red Beach Cutting Loose. Oh my gosh. Just like the start of that's just insane. I can't play it. I don't even know what he's playing, but it's just like some random, like he goes up there like... He's like some crazy shred thing, and he starts playing some crazy riff over here with the whammy going... Wah, 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 wah. The guy's nuts. And such a cool song. But anyways, yeah, Red Beach is amazing, man. There's so many good guitar players out there, and it's just incredible the stuff people can make with a piece of wood and some strings, right? It is just... It's beautiful. It really is, man. It's just... Like I said, I guess nothing short of incredible. And it's funny, you know, you put somebody like Steve Vai or Red Beach or whoever on the same guitar, and it just sounds so different. Yeah, these people, man, just... There's a certain people that have a unique sound, and you just know who they are. Like, oh, that's so-and-so. I know who that is, you know. Everybody has their own signature sound to some degree, you know. Like, if we were both... if me and Richard were in the same room, right, the Bald Shredder, and we played through the same guitar and amp, you would tell who's Richard and who's not, because Richard has his own signature sound. I have my own kind of sound, I guess. I don't know if I have a signature sound, really, but I guess I kind of do. I'm working on it. It's going to take me a few more years to get it to where I want it to be. What is this here? He is crazy. Yeah, he is, man. The little riff was like 17 with Winger. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It was very similar to that. You love Vinnie Moore also. Yeah, JD, I agree with you, man. Vinnie Moore's the dude. He's the dude. Like the Big Lebowski. But, no, seriously, man. Vinnie Moore is just incredible. When I first heard him playing, it just blew me away. Like, if you listen to him playing on, what is it, the picking articulation, like, lesson video from, like, whatever that came out, like, early 90s, whatever, bad VHS quality, and he's just shredding and shredding, doing these crazy, you know, insane runs up and down, just lightning fast and clean. And then he goes to like some really crazy jazz runs, and I'm like, what the hell? Guy's amazing. Definitely one of a kind guitar player. And when I first heard that, dude, changed my whole mind on what I thought I knew about guitar. I was like, whoa, this guy is insane. And his picking patterns are insane too, man. You know, and he has such a wide range of music. That's why I love him, because you got like, you know, you can listen to neoclassical from him. You can listen to regular prog with him. You can listen to rock, just basic rock blues. You can listen to something relaxing like alternative with him. You can listen to, you know, spacey guitar stuff with him. He just does all that, and it's, you know, kind of rare. Like Steve Vai does all that stuff too, but yeah, it's just not many guys out there like that can do it all. Red Beach is great, but you can't handle Winger. Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm not a big Winger fan either. I just like Red Beach. There's a lot of bands like that where I just like the guitar player, not really the band so much. It's probably half the bands that I listen to, honestly. How do you chronically put shredders? Like, how do I label them? Or what do you mean? Or do you mean like what order do I put them in? Is that what you mean? Like what? I don't think there's an order really. Gosh, it'd be hard for me to make an order, to be honest. And I'm not anybody fancy or special to do that anyway. But yeah, I mean they're all equally good, I think, in their own different ways. I think everybody has their own different special sound that they've worked on in their own way, and it's all equally good in different aspects. You know, I'm not going to say Red Beach is any better than Vinnie Moore or vice versa, because they're all so different. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's just about doing something different with a guitar and having fun with it and expressing yourself through the instrument, right? I think that's the big thing. Taking the time to follow through with what you want to do and making a sound you like and having fun, which is really important. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, some people don't like a lot of bands, man. Like, I know Stryper was a thing. They're alright. I'm not a big fan of Stryper. They're okay, though. They have cool sounds. And there's a lot of bands, like I said, like, I like Queen to some extent, but I don't like them really that much. I don't know. It's a little show-tuney for me. I like them, though. I'm just not a huge fan. Love Toto. You know, the vocals aren't really my favorite, but I love the music and the composition and the songs and the guitar and bass and everything. Amazing band. Boston. Love Boston. Can't think of anything bad to say about Boston, actually. Where did I put, I guess this doesn't work. Alrighty, got a few more minutes left here, and then I'm probably going to head out on you guys. So, now I get to stretch. Sitting too long, man. Sitting too long. At first I sat at work teaching, and now I'm sitting here. It's kind of funny how it works. I got to get up and stretch more, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, he is amazing, man. Yeah, Boston, freaking awesome, man. Gotta love some Boston stuff, especially the harmonies. Those little riffs they do, you know? There's a second part to that. I just don't remember how it goes. I don't remember. Cool song, though. Alright guys, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm just screwing around. Let me know what you guys think. We'll do some more live streaming here pretty soon. In the meantime, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I hope you have fun jamming or doing whatever it is you guys like to do. I will definitely catch you guys soon in another stream. And until next time, I hope you guys have fun, keep rocking out, and stay healthy. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your week, alright?